Alright, what I'm doing here today is I am going to install a vented helmet strap camera clip to a snowboard helmet, which does not have any vents, obviously, because if there was vents, my head would be very cold on the slopes. I have a Polaroid X7 action cam. Basically, this is for anyone who can't afford a GoPro or doesn't want to spend that type of money on it. So, what the problem is when you buy these or any of the other made in China no-name cameras is they only come with this and a handlebar clip. Finding accessories is hard because every other accessory on the market that's any good is for GoPro, and GoPro does not make anything universal with the 1/4-inch thread here to fit. There is one company that I would highly recommend called Camera Demon. They make a curved mount. They rest here and it screws on. It's got the 1/4-inch. It's 3-way adjustable. Looks pretty cool, but it's $35 and it comes from the United Kingdom. And I don't feel like spending that money or waiting when I spent $15 on the camera. So what I bought to solve this problem simply is some Scotch Extreme mounting tape. It's an outdoor tape with a 20-pound weight to it, which means it'll hold like plaques and anything that you'd hang on your wall outside. They do make a 10-pound. I bought the 20-pound just because of simply the vibration and just stress that this will have when you're going down the mountain. So what I did is, to make this curved, I simply bent each corner very softly, and you want to be careful because otherwise it will break. I bent each corner to give it a curvature. Now I'm lining it up, and what I'm going to do is, being this tape's only made in 1 inch wide, I'm going to line it up on each side here so that this seam doesn't make the tape come loose. So I'll run it on the seam on each side of this. I'm not so worried about this because this is so small. I'll be able to press that in. So you want to prep your helmet and you want to prep the back of this. Really easy, just get some alcohol, wipe this down. My fingers have been all over this, so I'm sure it's very oily. So I'm going to put that on there. That's going to get all the oil and grime and just anything that comes from the manufacturer off of there, which is going to give me a cleanest surface possible for this adhesive tape. I'm also going to clean my helmet where I want to put it. You can put it anywhere. I think I'm going to put it in the middle of my helmet. This helmet's a little bit loose on me. I feel like if I put it in the front, it's going to be dragging the helmet down and hitting the top of my goggles and just being a pain in the butt while I'm on the course. So after you do that, you're going to want to use some Windex. That'll get any excess stuff off there. The streak-free will ensure that everything comes off and dries quickly. You want that to be nice and dry. Any liquid under there is going to definitely affect your adhesiveness. Alright, so these are nice and dry. I'm going to cut 2 pieces of this, and go ahead and cut it a little bit long if you want. No reason not to. Go ahead and cut. This stuff is really, really sticky. And it loves to stick to itself, so if this folds over, just give up and get a new piece. Alright. So I've got my 2-inch long strips here. I'm going to apply them, starting in the center, on each half of this mount. Oops. Press as hard as you can. You want to make sure this sticks to this because this is all that's going to save your camera when you're going down the slope. Alright, so this is on here. I've pushed it down as hard as I could all over. Alright, and also you're going to be pushing it on your helmet, so it's going to be fine. Now, what I've done is I've grabbed a razor blade and I'm going to cut this excess off the edges The scissors I have kind of suck, so I think the razor blade will give me a more exact cut. If you have an X-Acto knife or even just a better pair of scissors, I'm sure any of that stuff will work just fine. I'm going to probably have to give it a go a couple times to get the excess off. Make sure you use a piece of cardboard or something under whatever surface you're using. You don't want to scratch the table. A company called Vivitar does make a unit, and it's basically this same thing with one big pad under it. It is the same exact clip, but I can't justify spending $39 on that unit, or $19 or whatever. So there you go. Now you got a curved mount for your cheap camera. Alright. Peel this tape off, which is probably going to be a pain in the ass. There we go. Doesn't cooperate with me. So now that that's off, we've got our custom curved camera mount. Take your helmet, select where you want to go. I'm going to actually just go dead smack in the middle of this. This helmet has a line right down the center of it. Looks like where the plastic met, and I'm just going to go ahead and meet right up on that. With these cheaper camera mounts, you kind of want to be exact because they only go back and forth and side to side. So if you're at an angle at all, you're going to have an angled shot. So I picked my spot, and now I'm just going to push as hard as I can for a couple seconds here to make sure this sticks. You will notice with these strap mounts that there are holes, so there is some exposed sticky stuff there. I don't know if water is going to turn into ice and get in there and cause any adhesion problems. So what I'm going to do is when this is over and when I've done this video, I'm going to actually just fill this with some sort of glue or epoxy just so no water gets in there. I don't know if that's necessary or not. Maybe you guys can leave a comment and let me know. Alright, so that's done now. Now you have your clip here. Put our camera on. And that's it.